welcome to another Covenant live stream. Today, we're playing Sorcery because later this month, I'm going to GenCon.
You announced you're going to GenCon.
I announced it.
You announced it to me, too.
Listen, let's have a press release right now. Zach is going to GenCon. I'm actually going technically by myself. I know people that will be there, but as an entity, Covenant is only sending me.
Yeah.
You and Jonathan both had things going on.
Yeah, it's a bummer. I wish I didn't, actually, in a big way.
But I'm going to GenCon and, bearing the burden for everyone going to the event. I honestly, if I'm just between us, just between us, I don't think if I weren't going for Covenant effectively, there's probably 0% chance I would go to GenCon.
As a person.
As a
normal individual person.
Yeah. And
that's not good.
Well,
it's not exactly high praise, is it?
It's not. And there's nothing against GenCon, but I think once you've been...
But I just wouldn't go.
Well, once you've been a lot. We've been a lot, right?
Yeah, we've been a lot.
And I think the other piece, I learned this with the Sorcery Con events last year, actually. It could be age, I don't know, but I just prefer smaller events. Yeah. And GenCon, like once you get over the bigness of it.
Yep.
So, anyways, I am going to GenCon, and I'm bearing the burden of going. and playing in the Sorcery tournament on Saturday.
That's something you probably want to do, right?
Although,
are we getting too old for Constructed is the next question.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I've been doing some Constructed testing with my friend Roger Bodie.
Roger.
He's going to be there as well. He's from Indianapolis playing an event. But if I were choosing, I would rather this event not be a GenCon, right? Like if I were just going to choose a Sorcery tournament to go to, I still want to go to the event, but it's not how I would choose to experience it. But it is... I forget what's the name of these tournaments? Crossroads?
You're asking the wrong guy.
They have the
Crossroads.
tiers.
There's Crossroads events, and then there's tentpole events.
Cornerstone is the local
Cornerstone is what I was thinking of.
Crossroads. I think this is the first Crossroads happening. So I was already going to be at GenCon. I had Saturday open.
You may as well.
And it was like, well, I guess someone has to do this.
Dude, it's been so long since we've sat in the absolute din of noise that is GenCon on a conference room setting, playing a game for 20 hours. 2
GenCons ago, we did a Sorcery Draft Alpha.
No, that was awesome. Yes.
And this is part of why I say I want to go to the event, but I would not choose GenCon. It's in the event hall. And the event hall, at least where we drafted, I don't know exactly where they have the stadium too, which is a different thing. But it's in the event hall, which is this 100-foot ceiling space that is massive. And usually it's plasticky tables are okay. And the seats were actually not awful, but they're not great. And this big open room that is sometimes they have monster truck shows in there. And sometimes they have card game events. But it's just full of people and it's loud. The lighting's not particularly great. Sometimes you get sat under an air vent and it's just frigid. And then the other times you're just sweating because it's just tons of people in this space. We did a draft, which was in the evening and shorter. It's 3 rounds. But you're playing a whole tournament and a top cut and stuff. I will get over it. The joy will be higher than the suffering, I
figured GenCon could pull this out and use it in their marketing, right? Do that as a YouTube short, maybe?
They did pay to sponsor us to talk about GenCon on this episode. So, on that note, you can get your badge today.
If you want to sweat or freeze.
Look,
It's all about who's the best Sorcery player, baby. It doesn't matter what the setting is.
That is true. But the reality is,
it's not you.
If I were just electing, right? Lily, my daughter, is 11 months old now. Time is precious. So if there weren't business reasons to be there, it would be a lot harder for me to choose and justify. But I still will have a good time. I say bear the burden. I'm joking mostly. It depends on what activity is going on. But it's crazy, man. You just trying to get food is sometimes painful.
I know it.
Downtown Indy is great, but it's also not built for 80,000 people.
Yeah.
So
But you'll be in the energy. You know, the energy will be there. You know?
And because you guys aren't going.
Hey, whoa.
We're going to have a lot more fun.
Whoa.
Definitely have more fun. No, because we're not doing content, actually.
Yeah.
So part of my view on GenCon is skewed because for a long time, it was sort of our Super Bowl. It was just from awesome. Dusk till dawn content, and then we would go. So like the old schedule used to be. I don't know why we're into story time here, but here we are.
Zach you're a living story time man. if you were allowed just a space, you will fill it with story.
And here we are. You were like, "Hey, distract people while I build my deck."
I don't know that I said that exactly.
That's part of the story, you see. But what was I talking about?
Yeah, it's not important. Let's get to the deck. Can you give me a top down, Joan? All right, so I've had this Mud Wizard deck built for a long time that David stole from me and then seemingly popularized.
David Floating Skull stole a deck from you.
Yeah, but he admitted it.
Yeah.
So that and he says it openly every time he talks about it that I stole this directly.
Yeah. We all stand on the shoulder of giants,
which is honestly the best outcome because then if he does well with it, I get all the credit anyway. And then if he doesn't do well with it, nobody cares.
And you can also blame his lack of skill.
And it's David's problem. Yeah, it's his fault. But we're trying to you see.
You sound like you're like in management or something.
Yeah, I know, right?
Have you ever managed people?
David,
the idea was not the problem. The execution was.
David has been taken like a wet towel and wrung out in this meta currently, because now like it used to be we could bond over.
Now that your story time, keep going.
The fun cards that we were going to run, and we had ideas that we thought were like maybe better than people were expecting. That's the deck builder's dream, right? You found the thing that nobody found, and this interaction, and it's gonna. But I think the Archimago shuffle in the local meta and just kind of knowing that it's around makes you have to really think about how much fun you're looking to have. And if you're looking to have the same amount of fun as the Archimago player, which it was never true. It's never aligned unless it's 0. The only amount of fun you can have against the Archimago deck is 0.
So you
have to agree to 0 fun. Okay? Which is why you're going to GenCon, and you're going to be committed to a 0 fun deck so that you can win.
Well, hold on. Let's just back up. You're saying things as though they're fact, and I need to push back.
So David and I, we used to talk about foxes and stuff. Yeah, and I was running things like Sneak Thief and Adept Illusionist. Jeff Easley art, one of my favorite artists. Seemingly good, or
Jeff Easley is seemingly good?
No, Sneak Thief, has got stealth and that ability. It's a really good 2-drop in the grand scheme of things. Adept Illusionist stays on the board, makes another Illusionist. These theoretically are good, and then he's just like, gets removed by Archimago. And then he just like wants me to run other cards. So I'm trying to decide if I should just run the best cards without any romance at all. Kettletop Leprechaun being a great example. This is the least romantic card ever printed.
That's in a lot of decks.
Comes out, does a thing, maybe, but otherwise, it's just worth a sight.
Have you always been anti-Leprechaun?
No, I mean Leprechaun's obviously great. I play and Seal all the time, etc. But it's not like a Sneak Thief. I mean, a Sneak Thief is way more interesting than a Leprechaun, which is something that, given that I can say that sentence, makes me yet again affirm how much I love Sorcery as a property, as a game.
Yeah, sure.
So we're looking at like Sneak Thief. Now, obviously, Geyser is a little. That's pushing.
I thought you were saying guys are, not Geyser.
No, Geyser is clearly pushing what kind of card you could run in this game in an even remotely competitive meta. It destroys root spiders, which is good. It enables some kind of Riptide Drown combos, which is good. It does airborne sometimes, which is really good. Can be good. I think it's a great card. But then it's like David's like, idea, and then he's like, the root spider's always on bedrock.
Did he type it exactly like that?
Yeah. That's how I interpreted it, at least.
I mean, I'm buying it.
He's like, the root spider's always on bedrock, so Geyser doesn't do anything. And then it's like, okay, fine. And then he's like, Adept Illusionist always gets removed. First time it comes out, it'll never work. Okay. And Sneak Thief's too slow. It doesn't do anything the moment it comes out. He's like got all that.
I have thoughts on this, actually. So let me pause you because I just want to say this weekend, funnily enough, Leprechaun, which I think is a play on Leprechaun, in our Discord was giving me the tea on like current meta.
Yeah.
And there's like an online league and Archimago this and Archimago that and Druid that and whatever. But he was giving me the lowdown, and so I was asking a lot of questions and people were sharing deck lists. That's the deck I'm working on, David. I'm gonna steal from David, kind of. Who stole from someone else? Third place at this Sorcery Con.
So if you win, but if David stole from me and you stole from David, then I win if you win.
It's like a triangle, yeah. Triangle deck building offense. So there's an Avatar of Earth deck that got third in this meta at that event, and I have a soft spot for Avatar of Earth. I always have. So that's what I'm building. But as I was asking questions, it was this like, it sounded like what you're saying here, which is hypothetically, yes, Archimago has this answer or this problem that they present possible. But then I started actually playing with the Archimago list against other decks, and it was like, yeah, I mean, hypothetically, I have 3 Divine Healing in my deck, and I can recur them if they're in my discard pile. That is true. And that's a lot of health that you can potentially just gain. I didn't see one in 5 games. Not a single one. And it's like, wait a second. And in Sorcery, you only draw so many cards.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, hypothetically, these things are true. But anyways, you were giving me this and then this and that. And it's like, yeah, all these things. It's like, just because you've seen Archimago do it once doesn't mean they're going to actually be able to do it.
But but there's also...
It is a certain amount of consistency. I'm not...
Well, I would also say that, like, I think your 10th play of Archimago, once you've gone through the ringer and you start realizing I'm just burning anything that draws spells and so that I can get to my Divine Healings and my Crater Eyes and all that. I think you'd be like, oh, yeah.
Well, I do think the increased deck sizes, though, I now see why at least one reason why they did it. And it's this stuff.
Yeah.
It's that dumb Perilous Bridge and the Gnome Hollows and the, like, you can't get to me stuff. If there were only 20 sites in the deck and 40 cards in the deck,
you couldn't get anywhere. Aggro decks are already severely disadvantaged because of those sites.
Look at that dumb bridge.
It's horrible. I remember, do you remember, I think it was many months ago on stream with the Knights deck, I was extremely worried because I was like, yeah, this is fine, but what if they play Free City? And what if they play this? And because you can. And then it's like, these decks can't do anything. Like, you have to find a way through the sites to even start doing something. Yeah. And, like, that's a big burden to put in an aggro deck that's trying to charge and rush out. But you remember the Arthurian Legends review?
Arthurian Legends review?
Yeah, kind of like a brief look at the beginning.
The, like, super well-informed, smart take on reality.
And it was like, here's all the new avatars. And we got to Archimago and it was like, oh yeah, this is going to be like so good and dumb and nobody's going to like it. And then we moved on and we haven't touched it since.
I definitely remember that, yeah.
We were right. We played enough card games to know that ability.
There is exactly the short for the day. It's like, you remember when and it just cuts back to that time in that video where we were saying this.
You know exactly what that card does.
Yeah.
Every card game player on Earth is like, okay, this is going to be this deck and everyone's going to hate it.
Yeah, and fundamentally, let's just bring up Archimago real quick. So, as long as you have 3 in your discard pile, you can recur a magic spell.
That's right.
With 0 card cost. It's like drawing a card built in, but you get to pick the card that you've already used to use again. Yeah, that is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that there.
Well, it's the combination of the problem, Zach. The problem is there are cards in card games that make other cards that are very good too good, or that make too good cards oppressive. And unfortunately, Archimago is the kind of card that basically puts a giant blinking red light on anything that was already kind of a problem and makes it a serious problem. Examples of this are Common Sense. Common Sense is a problematic card for this game, and it always will be. And it should be banned. Just my take.
Wow.
Come on, dude. Vanilla. We talk about this in the Discord. I just started talking about this today randomly. Like vanilla removal or vanilla tutor for a random card that is not thematic whatsoever. Falconer. Okay, I'll take that tutor. Fine. It's a Falconer. It gets a bird.
You approve of that.
That's fine because that's playing into the card value explicitly.
Okay.
Common Sense is in your deck not to do anything interesting, thematic, or whatever. It's just there for you to go get whatever card you actually want. How is that improved? That's just making it less of a card game. It's not interesting at all.
It's common sense though. It's ordinaries only.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, let's limit ordinaries for the rest of the game's history because you can go get it anytime you want.
Well, so you said they need to be banned. I need to challenge you on
Top
this
10 cards, find an ordinary, put it in your hand. How about that?
So that's errata. Are you now suggesting errata?
Maybe revise set or something.
Oh.
We can change it.
That would be exciting.
Yeah, Dream Quest is fine. That's thematic. It's cool. You can do something about it.
Let's go a level higher for a second.
Divine Healing also a huge problem.
That card is nuts.
Yeah. Huge problem. It makes no sense. The numbers, you need some math people on that one.
I mean, it's 3 threshold. That's a thing. That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of my appeal to Avatar of Earth is like to play that you have to have 3 Earth starts out. And if you have 3 Earth starts out, I just need to get over there.
Yeah.
Past your dumb bridge.
You can heal it.
Yeah. But someone was mentioning like, one of the ways, what's the flanking maneuver? Yeah, there it is. The night move? Is that the night move? Has a special place in my heart.
I like that one too.
From that final. Apparently, that is one way you can easily get your avatar into their back row. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
And if they're having to play Earth side, so there's like a penalty there. But also, if they can just heal 6 times, you got to really kill them immediately, like in one fell swoop.
It's hard to imagine a card that's worth 7, regardless of the cost, instantly.
You may tell you a card is worth 7.
What's that?
I'm in a weird space today. Just be prepared. This is gonna be a wild ride. Lord of the Void. I had that played on me, and it was like, yeah. If you do get that out, that is a problem. That is a problem, guy.
Oh, look at Van. Tutoring for a card in TCG is typical. Doesn't take away from the game. Van? What did I just hear? That that's the way we've always done it, Defense? I swear this happens all the time in house building too. Mike drives Mike crazy.
Ooh, now we're getting a story time right here.
He'll call like a subcontractor and he'll be like, "Hey, do you like, for instance, you don't like put brick underground, right? You like don't bury brick because the science says don't, unless it's a very specific grout method, etc." Oh yeah, we buried brick for 100 years. Every home around here has been buried brick. Okay. So they're all wrong. Like that doesn't change the fact that it's wrong.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I'm with you.
Tell me the actual improvement in a game's like gameplay loop, satisfaction of play, interesting board states that somebody playing a card that go gets another card and then has to wait and shuffle their deck, present it to you to cut, and then return it. Tell me why that's worth having in the game whatsoever. What does that do? It increases consistency, which is expressly not why we're playing card games, or else we would not have decks, we would not draw random cards. We may as well start with whatever cards we want and use any cards that we need, and just, why don't we just play a board game where we can start with 17 things in our hand, then we don't ever have to actually have a random draw. We can have a fully consistent experience. What is truly the benefit of common sense in your mind? In my mind. You remove the opportunity cost of running multiple copies of ordinaries that you need to see on a consistent basis. So now rather than running 3 drowns, 3 berries, 3 whatever, because I need to see those during my game, I run 1 of everything and 4 common sense. Tell me how that's more interesting. Why is that better for the game of sorcery?
Am I supposed to make a case for this?
I know you don't have an answer because there isn't an answer, Zach.
Well, I'm on the spot. You didn't even prep me for this. All of a sudden, it's like I'm on trial. I didn't even do the thing.
Tell me why you love tutoring effects so much.
I don't. That's why I don't play Pokemon.
Yeah, it's like a shuffle game.
Yeah. So the case I will make for it, and this is not a case as much as just one.
All right, let's just present a little counter. Yeah, a little straw man.
It does allow you to increase the variety of kinds of cards in your deck.
Okay.
Like you could run, in fact, the deck I'm deconstructing here had 4 or 5 different ordinaries that I only have 1 of.
Right.
Where it's like, yeah, let me find one.
Yes. You run the toolbox, then you run the card that goes to whatever you want.
You know, it's like I have 1 Dispel. And it's like, of course, common sense can become an Amazon Warriors. Or if you do have a problematic item or gear or whatever out. What are they calling this? Artifact. What uses gear?
What is gear?
What game uses
spoils.
gear? There it is.
We just said that spoils.
Yeah. God, what is happening in my brain? Anyways, I would never like. It is nice to have that there, and not have to run 4 copies of it because I would never do it.
Yeah.
But I get your point in that like. That's kind of card games.
That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
The opportunity cost of running hard removal of an artifact is sometimes it's going to be awful. Sometimes you draw a card that you don't need. And that is the joy of deck building, is that you decide, is it worth it to run 2 dispels, 3 dispels, 1 dispel? You add tutor effects, all of that tension is gone. Run 1 of anything you could ever need, and then run the tutor effect. Done. Look at how much fun the game just added. And now you can't run artifacts anymore because everyone's running 4 common sense. So now 1 copy of a single card that is a hard silver bullet answer to something removes an entire way of playing from a metagame. That's bogus. Anyway, so defend it.
You pulled Evan in the chat.
Steve, is it that you can run that 4 times that's the problem? Or if common sense was unique?
It's just the fact that it's blanket tutor. Like, it's not interesting at all. Dream Quest is cool.
Dream Quest is cool.
Yeah, Dream Quest is cool.
Well, Dream Quest also has the
downside.
The downside and the reality that it can be stopped.
Yeah.
Like it creates a tense moment where you're going to either allow this or not.
I can make an argument for why that is more interesting for the game.
I don't even. That's not even an argument. That's just true.
I agree with you.
We make a great podcast.
But it's also
just
like
agreeing all the time.
It's incredibly flavorful. You're literally falling asleep, and then you're inspired in a dream, and you find the thing that you need an answer to because nobody woke you up.
I forgot we were talking about Dream Quest. I was like, why are we falling asleep? I was not following.
If you're a falconer, you go get.
Yeah, that checks out.
A bird, because you're not a falconer without a bird.
But honestly, even then,
Scarabs.
falconer would be more fun to me if it was top 10.
Yes, me too. Yeah.
Like he's trying to find, have his falcon come. It doesn't work sometimes.
Oh,
Sometimes they're just
went
beasts
out hunting
are off doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I generally agree with that thesis. I'd be curious. Does chat have any counter arguments for Steven that are actually well thought out?
There's a unique card that searches for any other unique card. Who cares? That's the most boring card on the planet. Oh, so I run 1. I can go anything I want. King of the Realm.
You want to tell me what's?
Who cares?
You know what's not boring? That last article Sorcery posted about the graveyard.
All the cards I've been seeing from Gothic are I'm just so ready.
Holy sweet Lord.
I don't even like the theme. I never have liked the undead, creepy, crawly necromancer stuff.
You like angels, though.
I do like angels.
That's the other half of that coin, right?
We haven't seen a lot of angel stuff.
I thought it was like angels and demons was the vibe. Angels and spooky stuff.
We haven't seen a lot of angels side of the equation, have we?
I don't know.
I do love angels, just broadly. Archangel's my favorite hero.
Yeah, I know.
Which I guess is angel to the old school fans.
To the people who've been around a while.
Mm-hmm. Wait, hold on.
Anyways, that article was amazing. That is exactly.
Are you talking about the one that showed search party?
Oh my gosh, Van is literally like today. It's as if he's programmed himself to explicitly get me upset. He says, well, tutors are okay because you can cancel them with interrupts. Also, the most fun effect in all of card games. You know what would be cool, Zach? If just by having a card in my hand, I can stop you from doing everything your deck was built to do.
I have an idea. We should do a podcast series about all the mechanics that can really make a card game not a card game.
7 of them?
That's usually a good round number.
It's a holy number, isn't it?
It's the number of completion,
Yeah.
So it's balanced. So 1 is tutoring.
Mm-hmm.
Second would be cancels. Maybe like recursion could be on the list.
That's like an Archimago. We could maybe use Archimago as an example.
Perhaps.
Of how recursion is always the thing that breaks
is a problem.
all games.
Another. I'm trying to think of other things we could talk about on such a series.
One of the things that always gets my attention is whenever things aren't limited by a cost. So, like, you could have a 3-cost removal spell that removes a 10-cost unit.
Oh, no limits on something. Yeah.
It's probably fine, though, as long as there's enough cancels in the game. Then you can just cancel the 3-cost.
Another one that just came in my mind is if your case for why something was balanced is if you can only run 1 in your deck.
Yeah.
Like, limit 1/0s.
That would be a
Now, I will actually say, non-sarcastically, we're talking about the How to Ruin a Game series that we did a while back. I'll say non-sarcastically, Sorcery is unique, elite, etc. Totally breaks the rule that we said breaks the things and does it in the best way imaginable.
Yeah, it does.
Because they're not trying to make the case that uniques are balanced because they're one of, but they create variety, and you obviously run enough uniques that you have a bunch of different powerful, and that changes how the game goes. So there are cases where these rules can be broken, and it works. But yes, tutoring and canceling tutoring and...
Well, but we've also seen how the limit one rule actually is the case. It is a giant red flag because, as many of the metagame attendants in the moment will tell you, whoever draws the ring first is just likely to win.
Ring Morgan?
Yeah.
Oh, that hurts my soul.
Yeah, so it's just like when you have a very powerful thing that you rarely see, if two people are rarely seeing it and one of them rarely sees it first, they're at a huge advantage. It's the Warhammer.
That's the conquest
problem,
thing.
Same old thing.
Hey, Jonathan.
Yes.
Do you have root spiders?
Oh, I got root spiders for days.
Can I
Dude's
borrow?
made of root spiders.
Can I borrow 3 root spiders?
Okay, I need to change my deck now.
All right.
They're not in my deck. I just need to borrow them.
Weird. Okay.
I do. They're in my deck. I'm lying through my teeth. Yeah. Clear,
I love.
hopefully
love
that was
Search Party,
obvious.
by the way.
You love what?
Art, I love the theme.
You love what?
Search Party.
Mm.
Made me very happy. Maybe my deck is
I'll tell you.
That's a great comment.
Hey, I need help. I need help from chat. I'm gonna post in chat the deck that I'm building that David sent me. That was the top. It got 3rd place at the most recent Sorcery Con event.
How many root spiders do you need?
3.
3.
If you got them.
Yeah,
All of them.
course I got 'em.
Exceptional, baby.
So the card I don't love, and I don't know, I can't put my finger on why, is the Dapperville Vampire.
Dapperville? I love that you called it the Dapperville. Boy!
Look at this thing. Anyways, you guys,
Let's go on down to Dapperville, man. Everyone's dressed real nice.
I like it. I like saying Dapperville.
I think that's a great name for it, in fact. It looks like a Dapperville vampire.
So here's the thing. I don't want to put this in my deck.
Everybody loves this card. Jesse can't get enough of it.
I don't know why I don't like it.
You play it, and if nothing happens, you have a massive swing. Theoretically.
A massive swing.
Yeah, not like a swing set, but like you get a bunch of life.
I understand the card.
Yeah.
Evan,
It's airborne.
Evan, you're triggering me.
I just don't like it. I don't know why.
Well, the art's not helping anything. Melissa really went off book on the vampire.
Some people love this art.
Oh, I know, but
I don't even.
it was the first one in beta where I was like, it struck me in a way that I was like, is this?
Thank you, Jonathan.
Remember,
It's grown on me.
you have my favorite card.
It's
Do you
grown
only
on
have
me.
3 of them?
I don't know.
What am I, a doctor?
I got 3 on my deck. That's when I stopped counting.
You gave it to me like it's like.
I will say that vampire looks better in the full art, the foil, but it's some of my least favorite art in the set. Overall, it just kind of looks a little out of proportion. But maybe vampires are supposed to be out of proportion. A little creepy, you know.
A little creepy.
So here's my question:
Romantic is the answer.
am I running Plague of Frogs or not? I don't know why I don't like this card. I want to like it. You have cards like that where you know that it's good?
I was just talking about
Yeah,
one.
you're right. You were exactly. I can't run this. No, this is a 3. This is 3.
I don't.
Water.
You know what?
I don't do this.
I
I'm
don't
not
like.
doing it.
I don't like the Dapperville Vampire so much
I'm sticking on my list.
that I don't even have it in my collection. Actually,
Really?
It's-
Oh, hey, look at me. I've got some.
It's been sure, 2 of them.
I bought these from TCG
Hey, it's
Player.
right there.
Look at that.
I also didn't have any in my collection.
It has
Like
been
said.
nuked from the sky.
Well, at least have one. How many do you need?
2.
All right, well, we're halfway there.
Would you say we're living on a prayer?
Okay. I've got one in my box as well.
I don't want to run it.
Just don't run it. Then I don't have to.
I need a recommendation from chat though. What do I put in that spot instead?
You're in what? Earth Air?
Mm-hmm.
Does it need to be like a similar minion kind of slot?
I mean, probably a 5 cost, 1 threshold air minion or earth minion. I don't know. I'm sure it serves a purpose.
It's probably best in the slot for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like someone actually did this intentionally.
yeah, don't you love it whenever you're like, this is the 3rd place winning deck. I need to change it immediately. This is all wrong.
I can't stand it. I need to just get rid of it. Yes. I have that tendency, unfortunately.
Tyler, this may be an order from you. I don't know. How do you pack your orders? I've got them still all packed up.
How do I pack my orders?
No, Tyler from the chat.
Oh, may literally be from him. I see.
It's cool. The method was like cutting out a binder page, and then like, it was like this in the sleeve, which is nice. No, but look, I got this. I got these. I got this.
I got this. I got these.
Got Ultimate Horror. I found that I was missing a lot of cards that I never would draft or play in sealed. I just didn't like. So all the stuff that I drafted, I had a lot of those in my collection, but
that checks out.
I finally got it all organized, and I honestly think that prices of Sorcery cards are about to go up after Gothic. So, because people are going to get back in, and then they're going to be like, oh my gosh, and now I want to complete the collection.
Well, and it's going to be like, suddenly cards from Beta and Arthurian Legends that have certain keywords get more interesting.
And I honestly, I think we'll see that these cards, it's easy whenever they're easy to find, right? But that never lasts forever in TCG, so eventually it's going to happen. I don't know when that moment is. I just don't want to miss the buying potential right now. So it's only $50 for me to finish my beta playset.
Killer.
Right now, which is awesome.
So you did it.
I did it. It feels good.
How
You
does
did
it
the same
feel?
thing, right?
Only with
With Arthurian?
Arthurian.
I haven't even touched
I
Arthurian
need to
yet.
go through because most of my beta playset is alpha cards.
See, I organized all my beta, and then I organized my alpha, and then I plugged any beta holes with alpha cards, and then I plugged the rest of the holes with beta cards from TCG Player.
Yeah.
And then I put any alpha foils, unique foils especially, in a binder.
Yeah.
And I just replaced them with beta versions of those cards. Like,
I still have like 4 boxes of beta that I was saving for.
Yeah, see, that's a problem.
I gotta crack 'em.
That's a problem. But look at this. Look at these bad boys. We've got...
You putting 4 cards in one slot?
Look at these bad boys. Foil Grim Reaper. These are all alpha. Foil Grim Reaper, foil Tadpole, foil Highland Princess, foil Plague of Frogs. This is not alpha. This is Arthurian.
You're on the goods, man. Or you got the goods.
Those are the best cards I've got.
You're just sitting on them.
Yeah. And then here's my... I've got stuff signed. Drew. 3 cards signed by Drew. Yeah, Sorcerer signed by Eric. Liz Danforth signed in our Lancelot promo. We got the little Sorcery Con badge. And then little Chaos Twister, Hydra. We got some good stuff. That's cool. It's cool to be doing that again. I haven't done this since I was
It's
like
a nice
15,
feeling to
16.
be
Collected?
Yeah, just have a foil binder that you can shop around to people. Yeah.
I'm almost done.
Okay, so my big thing is I realized in this deck I can't run 3 threshold water because it just doesn't happen all the time. A lot of times it's only 2 threshold that I hit because I'm having to split between earth and water, and sometimes it's excruciating. This is the 30 site. The 40 site problem would be crazy. And you know what people say to solve it? Just add site tutors.
How do you feel about that, Steven?
This should be like the short. It should just be Zach asking, "How do you feel about that, Steven?" in a very condescending way, and then we'd be like, "Well, I'll actually take up that cup."
I've been meaning to get this off my chest.
But it's like, okay, if the problem, I can't stand it. If the problem
You can't not take it. Yeah.
The problem
So
is
good.
your site deck will be too inconsistent if it's a certain number of cards. So we should add tutors to that card pool so that you can get the cards you're actually looking for. But that just means you're filling the extra slots that you're adding in the site deck with cards that don't do anything but find the sites that you wish you could just have. So just make the site deck smaller and don't run any tutors. And then it's the same thing, just less annoying with less card shuffling and less random unthematic garbage.
I mean, I don't think you're necessarily wrong. Would you just ban tutors?
Yeah.
Would that be your preference?
In any vanilla tutor, yeah. That just says get X.
Get X.
Like even, honestly, it's not even that. I would just ban Common Sense.
But we need to be able to identify what qualities these negative things have. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So let's run down a couple of ones that would not be banned. One, go find the Beast card. Assorted Animals.
I do have one thing for you, Steven.
Yeah.
If you're going to be making good, short, relevant points, could you do it closer to the middle of the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a ghost.
You're just
You do that all the time, actually.
Off screen.
I have noticed, like Andrew commented on it when we were doing. He's like, "Oh, I'll just be like Steven and slink off the screen."
It's because you get me worked. I've got too much energy. You're pushing the energy. It's like I have to get away from it to counter it.
See, I think it's actually the opposite. I think that you're being kind. You've got this energy, and you're like, I need to back up with it because that's the nice thing to do.
It is true. Like, you know how whenever you're singing really loudly into a microphone and you back off the mic a little bit because you don't want it to be too...
Conceptually, I follow.
We'll just get a bungee cord and mount it to your chair.
There you go.
Okay, listen.
What is...
It's common sense is the answer. And there's two things that it's doing, and it's clear why it's a problem. One, it's going and getting any ordinary card, which is the most common card.
Okay.
Boring. You can run 4 of them. If you want to see the card, run 4 of them.
So,
but then more importantly, it's not cost restricted. You can get any ordinary of any cost. And it's not thematic. It's not connected to anything that's actually interesting. Assorted Animals, all the beasts, you're getting the beasts. And it has to be a certain cost. And there's a cost, it's like 5 costs. A beast costs 5. That's reasonable. And it's more interesting than just replacing the card. Maybe you get 5 frogs with it. Maybe you get 2 boars with it, right? It's actually doing something that just getting the card you wanted wouldn't be doing.
So it's better for you if it's thematic. So
It must be thematic.
druid card, searching for druids or whatever, fine. Thematic and restricted in some way. Top 10 cards, whatever. And it comes at a cost.
Well, it always has to come at a cost, of course.
Does it?
Yeah. Well, you're paying 2 extra for the card you're getting.
And then also, what was the other conditional? You had another one there.
I don't know. But the other problem is that Sorcerer also printed a whole lot of really busted cards at the ordinary slot in beta. So like a card like Barry, killing artifacts and things, no matter where they are on the board, is insane. That is actually the craziest thing in all of TCGs that I've experienced. It's crazy. That's crazy, Zach. Drown would be as crazy if anyone was running water, which is coming around. But like blanket removal of everything in the game based on one card, like that is nuts. Now, obviously you have...
Spider.
Yeah, I know. You have burrowing and a couple of exceptions and whatnot. And maybe we'll get a bunch of burrowing in Gothic, and then it's like just a part of the game, and the subsurface is actually as much played as the top surface. Totally fine. So it has potential to cool over time. But the reality is that right now it's just play a card and remove anything in the game. And that's
Too
nutty.
much. Too much.
And so being able to go get that at will is also nutty.
Yeah.
So it again, tutor effects, recursion effects, these are all things that just crank up the knob on cards that are overtuned, and they make them oppressive. And that's why you see Archimago running Common Sense and Divine Healing, and on it goes.
Yeah. Can you speak to Divine Healing versus Font of Life?
That's why Seal is the jam. Well, yeah, one of them is easy and good, and the other one is a water card. What? 7? I have to have 7 contiguous water sites to even come close, and then Font of Life is like 4, right? 3. It costs more.
I think what we're witnessing here
It's a complete breakdown.
is Steven has some things to get off his chest. And we're just along for the ride, you know?
Well, we're in constructive mode now, so we have to be serious.
Yeah, you have to evaluate things correctly.
Okay, we're cutting all the fun cards. We're going to do that. Now, the question is, do you put in the lamprey to kill the root spider under bedrock?
I wouldn't. Because who even runs that card?
I mean, it's a real problem. It's a real problem for any deck
The root spider?
that's trying to play the game, actually.
But that's not what constructed is.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to leave it exactly as it is. I'm going to add the stone reins on David's suggestion.
David turned you.
I think so. Having a closer like this is pretty important. Universal Sky closer. And then you can also, it's pretty easy to always hit everything for 2. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times that can be what you need to kill the like unique thing that's causing you a real problem.
Are you running the boulder, rolling boulder?
Snowball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not boulder for me. I'll do the snowball though.
The snowball has to be cast, right? Boulder, anyone you can throw.
Mm-hmm. You can cast in the hands of a minion, yeah. But snowball, I mean, like, you can move. I mean, you got 3 lanes covered just by the avatar. So unless they're in the corner, it's fine. Most of the time. Now, I could put in the Helpful Hobbs. I've been curious if this card is actually good.
I'm so... Helpful Hob won me a lot of sealed games at Sorcery Con Vegas.
Why? What? How? You know, why?
It was just always in the right place at the right time.
That's the problem with it. What if it isn't?
Well, you gotta, I don't know.
I think
I don't know about in constructed, but in sealed it was...
You should run it in Sorcerer, because it's 4 to draw a card, I guess, and a body. That's fine. It's like a bad Apprentice Wizard.
You can put like, because I had Siege Giants.
What's the worst it gets? That's not bad.
I had Siege Giants and Helpful Hobbs in my deck. So I could do a lot of stuff that was very exciting.
Yeah.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
I got
sealed
to the top.
in limited play is the best there is. It's just the best. That's why we don't have to get worked up all the time if we just play limited. That's why it's a self-preservation mechanism. I feel like if I have Gigantism in the deck, no, because what am I going to have 8 mana? That's crazy. It's not going to happen.
You remember that time?
You can toss it with Trebuchet. That's how I deck build.
Do you remember that time that you built the Arthurian Legends only deck? And then I Bower of Bliss? Mm-hmm. I just saw that card and it sparked great joy.
This game is meant to get me worked up. What am I doing? What am I even doing? Okay, here's what we'll do. We're gonna do the boring thing. Done.
He's been pushed to the limit.
I'm just gonna do the boring thing and get it over with. Not even gonna ask any questions about it. Although I think I'm gonna leave the geysers in because I just can't bring myself. I can't bring myself not to, right? I mean, like Geyser Riptide has some play. Like if I've got a Pudge on the board, things are starting to happen. My Pudges are sitting on water side, so you can't bury them. There's a lot of good stuff here. Let's play. Let's see how often Geyser actually works. Because remember, David is bad at sorcery, which means that I can't trust.
It's too good.
And I am still running the trinkets. And
you are running. Your deck building like me is the deck I would run. I'm
huge on trinkets.
I can never make them work.
Really?
I
mean, obviously they got hot because of Tawny. Now you always have a thing to put trinkets on. But honestly,
it seems like a great idea.
Well, in Sorcerer especially, it's like it's not nearly as dead as it would be if it's your one draw for Wave Shaper, for instance. But we'll see. And maybe we cut him and we put in the Stone Reins. Maybe I'm going to do that right now. I like that better. I don't like running all these trinkets because everybody's running the trinkets.
But then you have to burn down your lands, your Alice cards.
No, that's the thing. You think that when you first read it. It's for each site in your hand you do it, but you don't burn the site.
Oh, okay.
You're holding 3 sites, you do 3 damage to everything on a thing, and then you move on.
Okay.
But the sites remain.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Trinkets are out.
Okay.
All right, got that. 30 card side deck, right?
Now, I could turn the trinkets into the Stone Rain or the Helpful Hob. What should we test?
I say Hob.
Okay. Let's test the Hob. Because we know when Stone Rain would be good. When I draw Hob and I wish it was Stone Rain.
There you go.
I
always think about your deck building tip from forever ago.
Why?
Whenever you were deck building, you would put a piece of paper and this is this or this, and you would note how many times you wanted which one.
It's true. It's true. Well, it is brilliant.
So we'll know.
We'll know.
You can play a Hobbs' Stone Rain.
We'll just remember Hobbs' Reigns.
Yeah, Hobbs' Reigns.
Nasty, brutish, and rainy.
Because the rain helps and the Hob helps.
My side deck is all messed up. Also, I got really alternative on this, and I think it's just absolutely wrong. Is anyone running charge stuff still, or is it not cool because everything's so hard? I think these need to be briar patches.
Did anyone have a good recommendation for the Dapperville Vampire?
Thanks. Dapperville Vampire.
I think this was the consensus.
Freaking love it.
Sir Galahad. I love Sir Galahad, but I can only run one of them. I need 2 things. I am gonna do Sir Galahad because that's way more fun.
Vampire is one of the best minions in the game when you have Grapple Shot or Whirling Blades.
No, that's so true. Do you have those cards?
Of course he does.
I have Grapple Shot. I wouldn't say I have Whirling Blades.
You'd be the guy to know, honestly.
Oh, lordy. You ever just look around and think, how did I get here?
Yeah. Actually, you would not be surprised at how often I'm asking that question. When I'm staring at a deck and I'm like, uh-oh.
Oh, I thought you were talking about life.
I'm 7 iterations of an idea way deeper than it can be effective.
Yeah, this was not worth it.
It's like, well, I'm putting these in here to counter their bedrocked root spider, but then if they also have this, then I'll be able to...
Yeah, that's honestly
and
how
you
I
just
felt
get run over.
testing this weekend against Archimago, or as Archimago, where it's like, people were saying all this stuff, which I believe is true, but also, it's like...
Good.
Well, we have things in here to answer possible things they could do, and you just never see it. Like, I don't know. Are we too far?
Here's what we've learned, though. Have we not learned this? When we're not playing nearly as much as a lot of people on the internet, and then there's a typical conclusion about certain cards or certain things, they're mostly right. There may be a little angle you can sneak in there because you're so smart and clever and everybody missed it, but mostly they're right.
Well, it depends on the game, honestly, which is one thing that I've seen games do, metas do, and I imagine Sorcery could be particularly prone to this given the comparative lack of incentives in large competitive events where this like gets ground out and people solve it. But like I have seen a lot people like a community will decide Archimago is the best deck. Mm-hmm. And then it's sort of this North Star that everyone builds around. And then someone shows up with a left curve that because everyone's either Archimago or built to beat Archimago, they have just this crazy advantage. And tendency is for conclusions, people want the meta to be solved. Like I think psychologically people want that to be true so they can know what they're trying to build on a competitive level. Like fab players at the highest level, the really good ones prefer a solved meta.
Right.
Because it's easy to not account for everything and something comes in that you've never expected and you just get... That's how the best players lose.
Yeah.
So is Archimago the best? Probably.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's just kind of a...
John, thanks for the response.
I think the problem with that avatar is it just becomes a pretty simple math equation. Basically, what are the odds that I draw these cards? How many cards do I need to draw and play that draw me cards to get my odds of seeing those cards higher? And I'm not even playing really sorcery. Like, it's not like, oh, but if they play this site and then my dudes can't attack. You're not even doing that. You're just playing, generally you're playing for 2 Crater Eyes to win the game. Or like guards 6 times in a row and you make 6 million foot soldiers. Like, it's that kind of stuff that is not even, it's not even traditional sorcery.
Yeah, you're kind of playing a different game.
You're just like, basically, I need to get enough removal spells in my deck to be able to see one every turn if needed and recur it so that I can get rid of any of their threats. And then I need to eventually get to Divine Healing, Crater Eyes, things that are going to basically make the game impossible for them to win. And then I need to play sites where they can't attack into them. And they can't get to him, they can't get around him, yada yada.
The rest is history. So who are you playing here today?
Sorcerer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see the thumbnail?
No.
You didn't see the thumbnail there? What are you even doing?
Working.
Oh. Interesting.
Do you know what that is?
Nope. Never seen it.
It's a
I've
four-letter
been over
word.
thinking about tutors the whole day.
Drove here thinking about tutors. Sat down thinking about tutors. Came in here thinking about tutors.
Jonathan's like the guy in the classroom that's observing and you're not sure why they're there. You know what I mean? Like you walk into the class and the teacher's teaching, there's just a guy in a suit over at the side, and it's like, why isn't we talking about why this guy is just sitting here?
I'm managing.
Yeah.
He's Andy Richtering our stream.
Earlier out in the office, Jonathan was walking around, and I was like, "John, what are you doing today?" And he's like, "Managing." Or delegating. I think it was managing.
I think it was managing. I am managing and delegating, so that's 2. I'm almost overloaded.
He's supposed to be focused on one.
I don't know how I'm possibly going to account for all that in the performance.
I know. Look how focused I am. And determined to manage.
And determined to manage.
I will be trying to get those TPS reports to you by the end of the day.
Where are you, Sir Galahad?
I'm gonna start drawing cards. You want to go first or second?
That's fine. Even Steven, odds are.
It's odd. That means you're going first.
I want to find him.
I'll go second.
You can just put a card like a proxy.
No.
What do you need?
Sir Galahad.
Oh, I had one just a second ago.
He bravely ran away.
What's the effect on that one? It doesn't matter. I'm sorry. Actually, I'll just look at the name. I'm not. There's no way.
You're not reading the text.
There's no way the effect is what I'm gonna find.
His strikes heal you. He looks like this.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I was running that one.
Sir Galahad is the greatest of the knights.
Better than Lancelot.
Oh yeah, Lancelot's a terrible person.
This is gonna be horrible for me too because I'm playing Earth.
But also redeemable qualities. I love Lancelot. Yeah, Galahad is the spoiler. He's the one that completes the Holy Grail quest.
Did you spoil a myth from millennia ago?
I don't know.
Just did.
Just did it.
You can't tell me what I can't do.
Man, there's a lot of stirs in here. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's hard to find these guys, actually. Ugh. Dang it. It wasn't in the stack that it needed to be in. But I know how important it is for us to actually find the right card.
Like, I'm not here to look at the wrong card. Or a fake card.
Yeah. Understood.
Stephen,
We
would you
only
say
did
you're
that when we
tutoring
were
your
kids,
collection
we
right
had
now?
to.
Yes, I'm tutoring my collection.
Like, it is... back in the day, essentially, we had to proxy because you just couldn't waste money on the wrong cards.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to, like, know it was the card you wanted if you were going to go for it. All right, I found my Sir Galahad.
Okay, great. I'm supposed to be playing Let Us Stray. That's the card I should be playing. We'll see what happens.
I know this.
Oh, it's great. You just force their stuff to move a square, which is important. See, so the theory of the tape here is that the Mud Wizard has an option against a deck like Archimago, which is that, yeah, you play all your defensive sides, but I just hook you and bring you over. Mm-hmm. And then, now you can actually maybe win. Even their Crater Eyes have to hurt them, you know, that kind of stuff. So, of course, they blink back and, you know, but you gotta make it hard. Best decks in the meta, you just have to make it as hard as possible for them to do their thing. They can still do it most of the time, but it's gotta be hard.
And what's the new only rule? 3 altogether, right?
3 altogether, yep.
Max 3.
Starting with the old Philstone, not a terrible idea there.
I think that card's bad.
Okay.
You should trust my opinion. I've won many Sorcery tournaments.
Tiny ones?
I've actually won 0 constructed Sorcery tournaments, but I have won multiple limited tournaments.
And you're playing Avatar, right? I need to rethink. I don't want you anywhere near me.
It's true. Yeah, I agree
so
with that.
dunks Nelly. Nelly does.
You don't want to pull me in?
No, I don't want anyone.
Pull me in close. Give me a hug.
Pull me closer.
If you need to reference it, I have my Avatar Earth card over here.
Okay. Cool flex.
I love sketch cards.
Okay. Yeah, this is okay. This is okay.
I mean, sketch card is just proxies drawn by somebody else. You know what I mean?
Someone that can actually draw. Yeah. Oops. Don't worry about that card. I probably won't see it. Better with bacon. Why should I get into sorcery in one sentence?
I mean, my answer is that it has the most soul of any card game that's come out in the last 15 years. It's
Pretty good
art.
answer.
It's not that it has art, it is art. It's back when people made things that mattered, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Back when they cared about what they were doing.
To answer, it's difficult to answer not knowing the other person. But for me, sorcery makes me feel
Like a cowboy.
like a cowboy. Sorcery makes me feel about a card game like it felt when I was a kid, in a way that a card game hasn't been able to do in a very long time.
Yeah.
Non-derivative nostalgia.
It's just really fun.
Yeah.
And thematic, and you say sentences like the one you said earlier. I don't remember what you were saying, but it's like something
Compelling.
it like you find yourself saying, it's like, oh, my leprechaun rolled the boulder over your root spider, and it's like, what just happened?
Yeah, it's true.
It's like narrative. It's very narratively described.
You're going first. Yep.
I mean, that seems pretty good. Toss.
Yeah, it's. I mean, Square Lab's got it. It's in my 20 years of playing TCG, it's the most fun I've ever had. Thematic, fun. It's just like it's a branch into what a giant section of players actually care about and want that have not been served for a very long time. Like, it's not like you're... Ever since really Magic got kind of formalized into a tournament game, things have changed. Things had changed instantly in that moment. Mygo, what'd you do?
Who's going first?
You were.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't draw a card, did you?
No, not supposed to, right?
No.
Play a windmill.
Wow, cool.
I'm ready for the tournament. And pass.
All right, I'm going to take a site, and...
I like this Dysphoria comment a lot. Did you see the Dysphoria one?
And play a pond.
It has the heart of the 90s card games with all the lessons learned from the past 30 years. I'm along the bottom of my thing. If there's my avatar.
That works, and I can do that if it's easier, but...
I don't care. I was just curious. All right, I will draw a spell. We'll tap the Avatar of Earth, and we'll play a windmill. And then I will pass.
All right, we'll draw a spell, untap everything. We will top here to Blave. I don't know if I want to complete the Earth for you.
Can you can't burrow on a water site?
No, you cannot. I don't know how much you play into or out of.
What do these things mean?
I think that's a new feature.
Oh, the little crowns and stuff?
Yeah, what is
Yeah, we were
that?
discussing that off the top. It's whoever talks the most, which is not a great thing to incentivize, but I think that's what they're doing.
Interesting.
All right, I'm going to play Undertow move here because I'm worried about Grapple Shot. And then I'll pass to you.
Who even runs that? Let's draw here. Okay. That'll play. We're going to play a Wormlow Tump.
Oh, that's really good, right?
Opponents can't affect
okay,
cards in your
doesn't matter.
cemetery.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
If I have 3 Earth, which I do. So, here we are. Well. That's an Undertow over there?
Yes,
What's
water
it do?
site. It just moves whenever it comes in Genesis.
Okay.
Moves something in the body. In the body.
And I guess I just got to make you start respecting it. Autumn Unicorn.
Autumnal Unicorn.
That card. I love that card. Isn't it crazy? It's just a 3/4. That's all it is. And I feel like I feel things for that card. It's great.
It's good. It's
Now,
very good.
Dapperville Vampire, though.
Dapperville Vampire. Draw a card.
What up, Eric? Saying here to support another fellow Avatar of Earth player. Jealous of the Curium. Why do you think you like Avatar of Earth?
Okay, let's go. 3 mana, technically more. We really don't want... I really don't want that. Changes the world, doesn't it? Okay. Okay. All right. We can do it. We'll do it. Let's go here for a humble village.
Earth. Earth indeed.
Earth indeed. We'll pay 1. That'll leave me with 2.
2 and the stone.
Yeah, we'll pay 1.
Need a token.
Yeah. Thanks. I like these the new foot soldiers.
Yeah.
Pay 1 for foot soldier, and we will pass.
All right. Let's draw a sight. Tap Avatar of Earth. Play Bedrock.
Right.
Here. I've got 4. Swing here for 4.
Yes. Oh, there's all my stuff.
Where?
16.
I'm just gonna see if you don't get a nice D20 to not use it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
My office is in use. We're not using it. A different D20. You don't have an extra D20 over there, do you?
Oh, should.
I think there's one over here somewhere. I've seen that blue D20 around.
I know, it's like been around.
Well, I'll just use these D6.
I think it's in your office.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Get around. Ooh.
All right. You take 4.
Take 4.
Call me in the morning.
Call you in the morning.
Oh, I will play a root spider here.
Okay.
Past you.
Okay. Let's draw a card. Okay. I don't want to play Earth Sites. But here we are, you know?
One of the advantages of Avatar of Earth right there.
Here we are. Okay. Got it. I don't want you anywhere near me. Play a briar patch over here. You're nicely set up.
Wow. I agree.
Then we'll pay 1 for a geyser. I'm going to flood that, which will kill your root spider. And I'll draw a card, courtesy of my ability.
Don't love it, honestly.
Swing for 1.
Take it.
You got that grapple shot target, which again, not stoked on. And then I'll just pay 3 to draw on that unicorn.
All right.
Everybody.
There's so many more cards than me.
Yeah, and I'm Sorcerer too, so I'm about to be drawing up.
Mm-hmm.
Storm.
1, 2, 3. I have 5 resources, right?
There's Geyser right there, you know? Hey,
Let's draw a spell.
that's what you need it for.
Yep. I mean, I guess.
And get in there.
Guess this is where we're at.
Big dad mode.
Grapple shot. You called it.
Was that 5?
1, 2, 3, 4,
So just-
5. It starts with 1.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so 5.
Let's go to 11.
Yeah. And then I will go ahead and attach. Ring of Morgan to my Avatar Birth. And I'll just have it over here for purposes.
Okay.
You follow?
Yeah, I follow.
Pass.
I follow. I'm joking.
The AoE games have begun.
All right, what are we drawing?
Squire Lep. Yeah, that was one of the only cards I didn't have from Arthurian Legends was the ring. We're at Sorcery Con in the main event. Sealed, I think it was. Just open one. It's crazy.
If I get a sight, I don't think I'm going to be able to play it. So maybe I just get a spell.
Because it'll be Earth.
Or do I get a sight just for now to see
I mean,
which would be the most impactful bit of knowledge for me to have going into the next turn? That's really the question.
yeah, I was pretty excited about it, Squire Lep. Just being the one card you need and it being foil.
Boom.
Crazy.
Tough acting.
Yeah, like you just can't. Of course, it's like playing Pokemon early on and asking to pull Charizard or something. So it's just like a really cool, lucky thing.
Let's take a spell.
Now, you built this deck with David, you said. That was a whole story.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We're just gonna move and pay 4 for a snowball to send you back and do 1.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Just don't draw another grapple shot.
Easy.
Everything's fine.
Easy as pie.
Everything's fine. And then I'll pass to you.
All right, let's draw a spell. You know what's funny, Steven?
What's that?
You just can't write it better.
If you draw another grapple shot, I just will lose. So
Well,
we can restart.
This is why it's even better. I didn't draw a grapple
Is
shot.
it common sense?
I drew a freaking common sense!
This is what I'm talking about.
Which then lets me go to get a grapple shot.
Yay.
In which case I'll grapple shot into you
It says
for
10 total.
10. Yeah.
I'll go to 1.
And then I'll pass to you.
Okay.
It's just like the thesis and then the proof in the pudding. Yeah. That is pretty good.
I don't love it. Like, how fun. Cool. Great. I'm glad you just were able to.
Oh, I can't do that. Back it up.
What'd you do?
I only have 4 resources. I thought I had 5. I thought that was mine.
Oh, okay.
So I can't do that at all.
You'll just do that next turn?
I mean, you have to stand there and let me do it.
I probably would if I didn't know.
Wouldn't recommend it.
What do you have? So you technically have 7 grapple shots in there? You have 4 common sense and 3 grapples?
I don't think it's that many. It's 3 grapple and I think 3 common sense.
Okay. So 6. Your odds of having anything is high in hand.
What did I do? Last time was grapple shot ring.
Yeah.
I thought I had 5. Crazy. Well, in that case, I'm going to draw a sight because I need 5. And then we'll play here. And then I'll play Atlas Wonders here. And we'll shift you.
Swip, swap, unravel, when a time travel.
And over to you. So, and you're at 11 life.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to play a little game of Get Out of Dodge.
Good catch. Square that.
Okay, gotta keep moving. Unless I get even an undertow wouldn't change that. So we're kind of sitting on 4, no matter how we slice it. Okay. Okay, got it. And that one won't matter. Ugh. Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think I've got some amount of play into this. How many cards are you left with? Oh, the common sense. Got it. Man, you're making me play a really squirrely game here. I do not like it. Whatsoever.
Noble. So I tried to 2x for a bit, but just couldn't do it. I'm live now. Did we hear any news about when Dragon Lord will be available? Order from TC. I know they were waiting on confirmation. We'll be talking about that soon. Places to be to make sure you don't miss that. If you ever order Sorcery from us, you'll probably get an email when it's available. We have a text list that you can find in the footer of the website. Also, if you go to Discord and sign up for the Sorcery notifications, those are like the 3 places that would first know about that kind of information. And we will have some available for pre-order. Oops.
Swing at you for 1.
Yeah, take it.
And then we will do Atlantean Fate here. He'll be drowned. So this becomes water, this becomes water. This bedrock does not, and so it is not affected in the sense of submerging that.
So this is gone.
Stone.
Get the floodies.
Do they become water only? Or are they still earth?
No, they're it's a binary. If something is water, it is not earth.
Okay.
Anything else is earth.
Okay. So this is still earth. These are not.
Yeah.
Present.
Right. Yeah, baby.
Okay. Mine?
Yes. Where are these? Oh, they're there. So we're flooded here, and we're flooded here.
I'm gonna move my avatar up. I'm gonna common sense. Ray and Morgan will do 1 to you.
Yes.
And I'll gain 1. And I'm going to get Dispel. And then I will Dispel here, which will get those. Is it 1 or all?
Is it artifacts
all.
as well?
Or as an artifacts.
Okay. So these come back in.
And this is every time?
Yes. Every spell you play.
Do another one.
Yeah. You're going to see this real quick. So that's a 4 damage swing from casting spells. For instance.
Wait, say that again?
That's a 4 damage swing just from playing.
2 damage, 2 life so far. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which, a card for 4, fine. It's going to keep being a problem. The longer the game goes on, it's a problem, right?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And you common sense for the dispel?
Uh-huh.
Basically, okay. And it's nearby Earth's height is the damage?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a big one.
Yeah.
So we got to try to find blockers.
Previously it was 5, but because I swapped these now, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'd be a 7 if I swing at that as an example.
Okay, this is kind of where we need to be, and this is your site.
That is mine.
Okay, it's funny actually how good that is, but nobody would know why it's that good.
That's my site.
Well, just that I've got the Dalcian Phalanx. I can only move forward, and so I can't ever hit this site with that, which is funny. I mean, it is.
Yeah, like you'd have to play here, and then you can play here though. That's your site.
Yes, I will, but then I have to swing basically into your avatar. I could also play it here and just start swinging into Humble Village, which is probably better, but I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna make this immobile until next turn.
With the bog.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll go. Do you play around? How much you play around grapple shot? We'll go 3 there. And then we'll go 5.
Someone said you can't play this site there? Oh, that's my site.
You done Atlas wandered everything up to pieces.
Took your avatar off the board.
Oh my gosh.
he
What
got
is
twisted
going
around.
on? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I don't think we have there's nothing good here anymore. Okay.
Thank goodness for chat, you know what I mean?
It's
It's like they saved the game 4 times.
Okay. Well, we've got to play it, sadly, just to get 5. I guess we'll expand it out this way. Trying to think of where a Riptide might be most important.
Look at the art of that bog, though, man.
Yeah, Bog's a good answer to Avatar of Earth and like Battle Mage. And then we'll do Phalanx here, and then Leprechaun there.
Over to me.
Yeah.
How much you at?
8. 8 or 9. I may have lost one.
That's okay.
On accident.
Well, I think we start here. I'm gonna try to swing here.
Here? Yeah, we'll block. Take 5.
Yeah.
Well, let's do that with the Leprechaun.
Okay. So take
2. Yeah, and I'll draw a site.
I'm gonna play Vivian here.
Ooh, what is that?
1 there. She gains the printed abilities of all avatars and spellcasters in the realm wherever she is.
I take 1.
So she's
You heal 1.
yeah, she's got heat +1 for all their sites, and then
That's awesome.
your tap ability.
Very good. Okay.
Over to you.
Over to me? Well, let's draw a spell at the start of the turn. So she's at what, 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 +1, 6.
Okay. She's at 6. Cool.
Cool. A second copy of Avatar of Earth. I love that Vincent Pompetti art on Vivian.
Let's draw.
That's true, Noble. St. Vivian's gonna be wild when the Dragon Lord avatar comes out. I can't wait to build the Dragon Lord.
Okay. Oh, that's tough. Okay. Do we just live with the ring forever? I mean, you're kind of going to run out. You're going to get one card a turn, is my hope. So it's only losing 2 life every time. It's not bad, right?
Not bad.
Okay, we're going to pay 2 to bury.
That's that unlimited removal you're talking about.
So good. 2. I'll pay 3. Oi.
How many cards do you have right now? Spells specifically?
2. All right, swing into your windmill. 5.
Take 5.
And then I'll pay 3 for Helpful Hob. Stand up and swing again for 5.
Hey, it worked.
That's right. It's a good card. That's why I prefer it. It's one of my favorites.
Down to 8. Over to me.
Yeah.
Stress spell. It's ready. Nearby includes the side I'm on.
That's right. What do you do? You're doing like 8 damage here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus 1, 7.
Bummer. It's the wrong amount.
I'm gonna play a Flaming Sword.
Right.
I do 1 to Hob, gain a life.
I forgot about that ring, you know.
That
It also
ring?
works on like dudes, not just avatars.
I'll punch you for 8.
All right, you did it.
Over to you.
Didi. Draw a spell. Let's start the situation here. Did you heal 1?
Yeah. Sure enough.
How much mana do I have?
1,
3, 2. Okay.
4? Is it 4? It's confusing because the board's.
You did that.
I think it's 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There it is.
Okay.
Well, you're also like you're running the Earth sites.
Oh wait, you don't? Did you dunk? You got rid of my ring. Oh god, my math is so different now. Ugh.
Yeah, I did dunk the ring. Proto style. I guess more Golem style. Yeah, the stone.
The stone. He dunked the stone.
The stone.
I could take you to that store. That feels good.
It's a close game.
Because then the best you can do is tie if the only thing you can do is swing enemy, right?
If I play a spell, I can do 1 to something nearby, though.
Yeah, we have tricks for that, you know? We got tricks, buddy.
I believe.
I think in this game, if I was in a tournament, I would play for a tie. Like, you would have to tie me to not lose. What does Flaming Sword do? Should I know about that?
Bear has +1 power. It strikes, splash full damage to each other enemy at a struck unit's location.
Because if you hit anything, you can hit everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oi.
Oi, oi, oi.
See, like, okay, let's pause for a second. We need to ask ourselves, do we feel like the Ring of Morgan has made this more fun?
I will say this. It has done less damage than your Phalanx.
Damage?
Total value.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of interesting.
You mean my Phalanx plus Hob?
Well,
Well, yeah, any combination of 18 cards could probably.
even if you took away the stand.
I think it's interesting that it's an instant kill spell for the rest of the game that I can't do anything about.
Oh, like the ping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I'm having to run Stone Rains just to maybe have a finisher, but Ring is just like, it's just kind of it's just, again, vanilla. It's just damage. It's not even interesting. Like if it was like transform something into a mortal, you know, ping a mortal for one, that would be fitting with the sun. Okay, do I have any outs? Do I want to try to get you to Death's Door? Can I get you to Death's Door without also losing? No. Okay. Is there any card I could draw that would change the game? I don't know.
You gotta go for it.
I just don't know if there's that card.
What's the alternative, though?
Well, I know I could play a site.
Mm.
But no, I couldn't because this isn't my site. I couldn't get it to a point where it matters. I think there's a card I could draw. There's a card I could draw. There's a series of cards I could draw. Well, I could like bury the ring, for instance, or drown the ring.
Well, drown the ring and the sword. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, it would drown all of it. Would it? No, it just drown one.
Oh, drown all it is one.
Uh-huh. But then I could at least... But if I draw the card, I can't then move the avatar. I would need to Riptide. No, there's no way.
I like where your head's at here, though.
Well, let's just look. Does this change anything? Well, okay.
Cooking now.
Does that change anything? I don't think so. I don't think so. Let's swing at you for 5 there.
Got him. Down to 4.
Yeah.
Now, even without Hobby, you've done more damage with that than I have with the ring.
Yeah.
And you have a 5 strength body on the board.
Uh-huh. Clearly.
Obviously, there's utility to the ring.
Clearly.
Strictly value.
There are things
I get it.
here.
The thing is, the ring did 1 to the Hob, which also removes a blocker, which let me do 7. So is that worth 1?
Now you're
or
playing
7?
Sorcery, baby.
Or 8.
Now you're playing Sorcery. Yeah. Okay, and then it's nearby too. Like there's no, I can't even put a blocker up. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I need this blocker. All right, I'll put Shield Maidens here.
Mm-hmm. Everything
Everything takes 1 less damage nearby.
Hey, now.
I'm an all-star.
Get your game on?
Yeah. And then pass. I've only got 5 mana, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was the card I was going to run if not Helpful Hob? Stone Ring? Is that right? Okay. Hob better.
I'm going to play the Lightning Bolt.
Yay! I only take 2. Good job.
There it is. You want to get one more in? Or
Yeah.
you good?
Yeah, I can get 1 more in. We can probably do it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Now that we know the score.
The testing that I've been doing, it's the first time I've taken sorcery seriously in that way.
Mm-hmm.
And the games are actually so fast. I basically am testing during Lily's naps.
Yeah.
So she'll sleep for an hour and 15 minutes.
Wow.
And we usually get 2 or 3 games in.
Yeah, I believe it.
But it's
I
also,
definitely believe
once
it.
you know what your deck is doing, the first 2 to 4 turns are usually really quick.
Yeah. You kind of have to re-remember. I do honestly think that this is a deck that's just really going to be bad against what you're doing.
This right here.
Yeah.
Well-
This is the left turn where, like, if you're thinking not Avatar of Earth, but you're thinking these other things.
Yeah. And then just value comes and punches you in the face.
Yeah, and you've got Earth everywhere, and you're just running the same cards I am, but you also have Avatar of Earth.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a...
If I feel like there's an Avatar of Earth deck that is reasonable to take to the event, that is what I will 100% do. I don't know that that's true, but we'll be doing testing. The plan right now, unless something goes weird, is to test more on stream between now and GenCon. So I'll also plan to bring Druid and Archimago and Sorcerer decks, which would be cool for you to see even with your deck. Not this, if it is a particular thing.
I think Avatar of Earth is a fine choice.
I think
because you need to get into their face and like double grapple shot kind of stuff for like 14, 21. That's the kind of stuff you need to be doing.
I think the problem with Avatar of Earth is effectively a lot of the big decks right now are running lots of Divine Healing, and Archimago can recur the Divine Healing, which is crazy. But they're also running sites that make it difficult for aggro decks to get in.
Yes.
So if you just your first thing is Gnome Hollows here, like, yeah, I can get to your sites, but it makes it way harder. Like some of my biggest value is grapple shot into your avatar, swing it at a location.
Man, I feel this.
Yeah, and if you can't get them to 0, a lot of times it's like divine healing, and they just go all the way back up.
I feel this in a big way.
So I'm not saying it's not possible to do it with Avatar of Earth, but there are challenges.
Okay, let's try a different take here. Okay, and 1 spell, and
2 sites.
Go here.
And 1 spell. And who went first last time?
Even on. I'll go first this time. Okay. Go first this time. Bam. Bam, bam. Okay, what do I want to do? Do I want to try to get out of dodge or not? Sadly, I do think I've got to waste a little bit of time. Dun, 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 dun. I'm just going to play a Briar Patch there.
Mine?
Yeah.
Draw spell. Tap. Play. I don't really want to, but I'll play Holy Ground here.
Yeah.
Over to you.
Site for the turn. We'll just go. Should I? I don't know how to play well against this either. That's something we would learn over time. Like, do I? I think I don't want you to be able to control where all the sites are. Let's do Undertow there, and then we'll play a Shelly Coat here. Just takes 1 less damage more broadly.
Okay. Mine? I thought it was the Nelly. Draw a site. Avatar of Earth will tap to play a impenetrable. How do you say all the second word?
Copes.
Copes?
Copes or cops? I think it's
Copes.
a cops.
Cops.
So projectiles can't enter. So you can't grapple shot through that. Watch out.
Is that true?
Yeah. It's a projectile.
Back that up. Can't do that.
That's why
Enter from the outside. If you were standing there,
standing
you
in
could
it,
leave
you
the
can.
site.
But you'd have to move into it. That's why I cut it from mine, because it was blocking Pudge and
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
I'm just going to play Pillar of Zeros here.
Binary. Pillar of zeros. Zeros and ones.
I will pass to you.
Okay. Let's draw a Spiel. And swing at you for 2.
Take 2.
And then we'll do a Briar Patch out here.
Okay. Mine?
Yeah.
Tap. Play. Here?
I'm the aggro deck. It's me. Hi.
What is that site?
That is an
Impenetrable
impenetrable cops.
Pass to you.
Nice.
God,
You looking for air threshold?
Yes,
over
I
there?
am.
Let's try.
It's a weird spot to be in.
Sure is.
Just go ahead and take the 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in front of you. I think that's the right thing to do.
Seems smart.
Let's go here and let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gross. Kelp Cavern. Look at the bottom 3. Put 1 on the top.
Is anyone in chat going to GenCon? And if you are going to GenCon, are you playing the Crossroads? Need a windmill.
Let's go 4, 4.
Squire lap. Yes and yes. Exciting.
What kind of things I need to watch out for?
Are you doing anything else at Gen Con besides hanging out and playing Sorcery?
I'm going to start Ironside there for 4. 7 during your turn, 4 during my turn.
Mine?
Yeah. Could maybe actually block an Avatar of Earth. See, 30 card side deck, baby.
Pebbled Paths.
No charge.
It's just the worst, man. I'm going to play Common Sense.
Awesome. Cool.
Okay, this is not so bad.
Not so bad.
Ah.
Not so bad. Hey, Slim. Remember that song from high school? You weren't an Eminem guy, were you?
I like M&Ms.
That's gotta be the least cool response.
I do like Eminem. The artiste.
Yeah. It was all the rage at Chelsea High.
Definitely.
I don't know if you knew that.
Did not. But I'm familiar. I will get a land surveyor and then I'll play him to draw sight. This mother of God. Over to you. I'm just bleeding dry over here, man.
Yeah, you're doing a whole lot of nothing.
Squire Lap's hands. That's all I planned. First time at Gen Con, so other stuff might come up. It definitely will. But honestly, just looking to hang with Sorcery folks. Yeah, it'll be a good time. Light schedule is ideal. Have 1 or 2 tournaments booked if you want. And then just enjoy. Noble saying annual steak dinner at St. Elmo's, trying to catch a fever game. Vendor hall shopping for half of one of the days. Other than that, it's all Sorcery, baby. That's a good schedule. Elmo's worth a visit.
Mm-hmm.
An institution. It hurts.
Let's try this turn, draw a card. We know what it is.
You already know what it is.
We already knew what it was.
This game's going different.
Well, yeah, you can't play your cards.
That is a problem. Yeah. Who shuffled this thing?
Sure. I guess I'll do this first. So I'm gonna do Geyser to give Sir Ironside Airborne and draw a card.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's thematically cool.
Yeah. Then we'll play a Bog here, make him immobile. Swing you for 2 and swing you for 4.
Okie dokie.
And then I'll pay 2 more for a Kettle Top Leprechaun.
Yeah, you will. Mine?
Yep.
Let's draw a sight.
30 cards, baby. The odds are not... I mean, it's crazy that the ratios have to be pretty bang on for it to even be...
Okay.
Eric, I'm not running any settlers, no. The hip kids say they're too slow.
I'm gonna Rift Valley here.
Okay. More things to attack. Love it.
Punch for 1.
For 1.
No, yeah, I'll stay there. I'll just hold on and block. You'll be able to attack elsewhere though, so it doesn't matter. I'll swing for 1.
Okay.
Isn't he immobile?
He is immobile.
Oh, even on your turn?
Until, is that right? Yeah. Until my next turn. We need a Bog token.
Past you.
Oh, Bog's so good.
I can't play my cards.
Yeah, this is great. So I just keep playing, and then I win.
It looks that way. Yeah.
Top Sorcerer to draw.
I'm with you, Noble. I'm very excited about Dragonlord. But yes, Gothic, I do believe will be a banger set. Even that graveyard article got me.
Mm-hmm.
So good. It's exactly what I want out of a sorcery set.
I swing at you for 4.
Yeah, no, well, Rift Valley is one of my favorite pieces of art in the game.
I swing at you for 2.
Block it.
Swing for 2.
Take it.
Let's go. You're at 4.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go 2 here and 3 here.
Sweet God.
Yeah, I got my combo. This is the Steven Brain combo where Shelly cuts -2 everything because of Shield Maidens and its ability. Just takes 2 less damage. Violent does nothing, Zach. It just sits there.
Seems pretty good.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
It's not even worth it. I'm gonna draw a spell. Forget about it.
And they can't even be buried, you know? It's like, let's go. When your opponent can't play the cards, your deck really shines, you know, really.
I'm gonna play Holy Ground. Go up to 7.
Okay.
Philosopher's Stone.
Just what you needed.
Then I'm gonna play I'm gonna play Rita. Other minions down on tap.
Cool.
Technically I could keep going.
Just strictly all the other minions.
All other minions.
All minions.
Period.
Yeah, very good. Oh, your avatar's not nearby the holy ground, so you don't heal. You want to play at the other place?
Yeah.
There you go.
I declare. Should I use this? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and blink because I have the stone, so it's only 1, and that cost me 5.
You have air threshold?
No. Over to you.
Funny, isn't it?
Oh, funny. So funny.
So just see a couple of cards if anything matters. See, Onyx Core, like, I don't need that right now. I
Yeah.
don't like these cards. I
know.
Why are we playing them?
They are good.
I mean, I'll play it, I guess, right?
I'll tell you why you play it. Look at that thing.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah. It looks good.
Luca saying, hi, uncle. Do you have a nephew, Luca?
Yeah. What's
really?
up? Mm-hmm. I do.
Amazing. I did not know that.
Yeah, man. You don't think I'm an uncle to somebody?
No, I just didn't know you had a nephew named Luca. Are you lying to me?
Not really a nephew, per se. What would you call your cousin's kids? Are they also cousins?
Cousins.
Okay.
Is it your cousin Scott?
No.
Who-
Does not have kids.
How close of a cousin is it?
Very close. Similar family.
Like if my cousin Dustin had a kid, I consider my cousin Dustin uncle to my kids
Yeah, that's kind of where we're at.
because he's like borderline brother.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
Yeah, all intents and purposes, he's a brother.
Yeah. Borderline brother.
Yeah.
Zach,
Well, hi, Luca.
Can
Can you give me a death's door?
No, cannot.
We like that.
Yeah, 7. Seven's that's a tall. That's a heavy lift. If I could untap, I could, of course.
Steven.
Yeah. Yes, I know. I just don't want to say your name in case she didn't want to identify herself. You know, the internet's a.
I see.
You gotta.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's being coy.
I was curious.
Well, ergo, vis-a-vis, do these things, and okay. I'm just gonna play an earthquake. And we're going to rearrange some sites.
And bury everything there.
They can go however they want, basically. So these things will get buried because they're on Earth sites. You can have that one. I'll take this one. I love my Shelly code, so it's really a bummer.
And you have to choose.
I want this here for sure.
Shouldn't you like swing the leprechaun first if you're going to bury him?
He's not buried. He's on water.
Oh, he can't be buried.
He can't be buried. We'll put that here. I'm going to go ahead and put some water sites here. I think. Like I said, this is where I'm like not good at the game.
We're jazzing now.
Because like, I don't want you to be able to step in and then grapple shot. So I want to keep things in your way. So I will go ahead and swing for 2 here. And then swing for 2 here. And then that also gets maidens up in the mix in case that matters. And then that was my 5 mana for the turn. And I'll pass it to you.
I'll draw a sight.
Cousins once removed. That's what it is. So like first cousin once removed, second cousin once removed, or just cousin once removed.
Well, at some point you just have a second cousin.
Yeah, but that's a different. That's different from once removed.
I don't understand. I'm gonna be honest here.
Just earthquake it.
I would love to do that.
How many air sites are in there? You're like, make sure they're in there. Is it the top? It's gonna be the top one, right? It's always the top one.
There's 4 more before we get there.
Oh my gosh.
There are 8.
Out of 30? Yeah, that's living pretty razor thin.
I mean, I assume there's only 1 threshold air cards in here. So you just need to see 1.
So you mulligan everything until you see your air side.
I'm mulligan 2.
It wouldn't have helped you.
No.
Just win without air. Feels good to be back in constructed, doesn't it? Is that what you're looking for?
I'll pass.
Wow. Big moves.
You win. That's good.
All right, we did it.
That's it. And I'm gonna have to go. So.
Okay. All right.
Well, that was a Tale of Two Cities.
Tale of 2 games. The first game,
Jiminy Christmas.
I felt like, actually, we were both drawing heat.
Yeah.
The whole time. Atlantean to counter the thing, drown and bury to counter the things.
Yeah. It was like a aggro counterplay back and forth.
But Avatar Birth was too much for me to overcome.
The second game, just devastating.
You just didn't draw it. But also, you realize this is very slow.
Your deck?
Like, you weren't able to really play for like 6-7 turns, and I was still not.
Yeah, I basically did nothing.
It's resilient, but it's maybe not fast enough.
Well, that's kind of with Sorcerer where you're kind of playing that game, right?
Yeah.
But you don't really have an engine that makes that long game just inevitably your favorite.
So, I mean, Sorcerer helps, right? So, like, the idea is if you have super resilient stuff that you're playing, you eventually are kind of slowly turning it to where you're 2 cards a turn. You've got drowns and berries and earthquakes and snowballs and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah. If I'm 1 card a turn and you're 2 cards a turn, and one of your cards gets rid of my 1 card, and also then you have something on the board, I can't ever keep up with that math.
The problem is with a deck like Avatar of Earth, you have a 7 strength unit that I can't remove or durdle through. So that gets a little interesting. I wonder if it should maybe double down harder on that plan and maybe even more removal. And then it's like, but then you go to the Archimago meta and they're not even playing minions. And so then all those cards are a complete waste of time.
I think it's fundamentally the Archimago problem, right? Is not only is he efficiently doing what he's doing, but he's doing it in a way that is not through units like everyone else.
Yeah.
And so then to be good against him, you have to be bad against other stuff or less good. So in a tournament setting, it's like even if you're teching for him, he's still good. But you're also giving up points and everything else. So by the end of the tournament, they're gone. The things that probably could actually beat you with some sort of reasonable percentage. And you still, it's not like you're going into those decks, you're like a 10% to win as Archimago. So
that's the thing is like Archimago does its thing and it's good against everything.
Yeah.
There's no real sacrifice to be good against the meta or itself.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Let's play it. Let's figure it out.
I forgot to show this. I got these in. Look at these. Can you top down for a second, John? It's one of my dust prizes, the Briar Patches.
Oh, cool.
And I wanted to test it out. It comes as a set of 3 foils. So you get the whole exceptional playset on this one,
Very nice.
which I'm a fan of. Vastly.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
One of my favorite artists.
All right, thanks everybody. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time. We'll have some exciting stuff coming up for Sorcery here pretty soon. We got some Dragon Lord announcements that are pending, and we will be able to sell that at some point. So don't worry if you can't get it at GenCon, and it's going to distribution stores as well. But as far as I know, and what we've heard from EC, correct me if I'm wrong on this, it's not like there's not a lot of them. Like it's not like a print it to the moon and everybody gets one thing. I think they're pretty conservative on their
yeah. I mean, it's hard to say because
it's one per, typically one, you only want one.
Yeah.
So then how many do you actually print if you're Eric's? I don't know.
How many unique players do you have that are actually going to buy it?
Yeah.
But even for they have things like the dust system and the play network to see how many players you're playing, but that's only so accurate. And so when people are buying booster boxes, some people buy a lot of boxes. Some people don't buy any boxes. So booster boxes is really hard. To gauge how many Dragon Lord you should print based on the booster boxes would be difficult. They're not going to line up even close. So that is one of those like impossible to know how much to print things. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. We will have them available at some point. Announcements coming.
We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for being here.